Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. The second time I'm filming this. Today we're going to be ranking Michael Jackson albums. Now, I believe that MJ came into his stride in Off the Wall, so I'm only going to do Off the Wall onwards. I know that he had a lot of solo albums before that, like for example Ben, but I'm not the biggest fan of that stuff, and I'm not the biggest fan of the early Jackson stuff either, so I'm not including that. And yeah, that's not all his albums, because those are his albums, but it doesn't matter. Just stop with the, don't complain. So to start, my least favourite Michael Jackson album is Invincible. Now, I did a full-on review of this on the channel the other day, so I'll link that in the description if you want to, hear me talk about it in depth more. But for me, it just doesn't have an edge. There's nothing. It's just bland in my mind. This album is very bland compared to his other stuff, and there's just no. I still enjoy it, but I mean, I obviously enjoy it. I bought it, but it's not one of the best albums he's done. But yeah, there's a whole review of that only came out a few days ago, so I'll link that. Go and watch that if you're interested. But next up, this is controversial. It's not a bad album, but Thriller. Now, this is iconic. This is the best-selling album of all time, so you can't really talk bad about it. But there are classics on here like "Wanna Be Starting Something," "Thriller," "Beat It," "Billie Jean." These are some of the greatest songs of all time, and I adore them. But as a whole album, or an album as a whole, "Human Nature," "PYT," and "The Lady in My Life" are really bland songs and dull. Honestly, I don't like it. Don't like them well, they're alright. It doesn't ruin the album, but it's just a bit bland. And to be honest with you, a few times listening to this album, when Billie Jean ends, I press stop. I stop it. Because I don't get anything out of listening to those last three songs. And unfortunately for me, it just sort of, it didn't ruin the album, but it's like, I don't really care. But I mean, the first side, "Wanna Be Starting Something," "Baby Be Mine," "The Girl Is Mine," "Thriller," amazing. All great songs. And of course, you can't talk bad about "Beat It" and "Billie Jean." Fantastic tracks. But otherwise, that's how I feel about those songs. And that sort of brings the album down in my rankings. And next up, we have his first album, or his first proper album, "Off the Wall." In my mind, the greatest disco album. This album sounds fantastic. "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" is a tune. "Rock With You" is amazing. I mean, all the songs are fantastic on this album. This is it's the best disco album, but it's also a complete album, unlike Thriller. I love every song on it. And I love the groovy bass lines. I've always loved that about disco music and funk from the 70s, but it sounds fantastic on vinyl, especially when I play this one. Well, I'm talking out my ass, but I want to get it on a regular vinyl, not a picture disc, to make it sound even better one day. But it's just fantastic, Yeah, there's those cheesy ass disco horns and synths and all that in it, but it's still just great. And the bass lines are fantastic. I'm trying to speed through these because I don't want to make 15-minute videos, or the Beatles one was 17 minutes long. But yeah, fantastic disco album. Now, my second favourite Michael Jackson album is, drum roll, Bad. This, in my mind, is so much better than Thriller, because, it starts on a high with Bad, and "The Way You Make Me Feel." I can't sing that high. It's great songs. "Sweet Diva" is a great song. "Liberian Girl," "Just Good Friends" is amazing. "You're Just Another Part of Me" is a great song. And "Man in the Mirror," of course, is a beautiful song. "I Just Can't Stop Loving You." And then two of his best songs close the album with "Dirty Diana" is a great song. And "Smooth Criminal," of course, is a classic. But this is much more of a complete album. And I love every song on it. I can't speak bad about it. I haven't shown you. I try and show you it as I talk, but yeah, this is one of the best 80s albums to have come out. Now, you probably guessed, but my favourite Michael Jackson album, it's a bit dangerous, because it's dangerous. That was a terrible joke. But yeah, I love 90s music. I've always been loved 90s music. From my favourite bands are all 90s bands. I love 90s pop music as well. Well, most of it. There are some really cheesy 90s songs. No, but seriously, the 90s have some of the worst pop music ever. I don't know what possessed people to release it. But yeah, this is amazing. Jam is a great song. Why You Wanna Trip on Me is a great song. In the Closet. Now, around the time of this album coming out, Michael Jackson's sexuality was in question, with a lot of people calling him gay. So he releases a song called In the Closet, sort of poking fun at it. She Drives Me Wild is a great song. Remember the Time. I Can't Let Her Get Away is a great song. Heal the World is a really melancholy but beautiful, well, kind of beautiful, it's a bit cheesy moment on the album. Black or White is a fantastic song. Who Is It is great. Give In To Me has a fantastic guitar riff on it and a great guitar solo. It sounds fantastic. Will You Be There is alright. Keep the Faith. Gone Too Soon is beautiful. And Dangerous is a fantastic closing track. You know, this album is superb from start to finish. And in my mind, it's my favourite MJ album. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone.